Ladies and gentlemen, fasten your seatbelts. This ship is in testing, and I did not get on with her the last time I tried her. This is HMS Exeter, the upcoming work-in-progress British Tier 5 heavy cruiser. And if you think of it as a British Furataka, you're not very far wrong. Except it comes with a lot of British toys, like a smoke launcher, and a heel, and well, not quite such good torpedoes, but still not terrible. It gets a single shot mode. But last time we tried this, I didn't I didn't get on too well with the guns. So I wouldn't say Yahagi has been improved, Katia. It's a bit dodgy, especially when you're in a Tier 7 game. Oh god, why? Why? At least there's only one destroyer, and it's mostly heavy cruisers. Well, light cruisers that I can effectively punch through, and of course the occasional battleship. Exeter suffered from the fact that we played fair and stuck to the treaty limits. Whereas the Mogami, I believe it was calculated that the Japanese could have stuck to the treaty limits and got her quoted performance statistics if they'd made the ship out of cardboard. Yeah, but that's what you get for being British and engaging in fair play. The modern Royal Navy, I'm told, takes the jingles policy on such things. Yes, and last time was not good. Armor certainly feels like cardboard. Well, allegedly it was made out of steel and was one of the first Japanese cruisers to experiment with electric welding, which may explain why there were some construction problems with her. Does explain why she had one of the derpiest careers of any World War II warship, Mogami, that is, not Exeter, but it does explain a certain amount, and that Omaha is just coming into range. Okay, can I tap him with the 8s from here? Probably not. We'll let him run down to 9-6, get him to the edge of detection, and then get the first shot away. Maybe. Maybe.
Enemy cruiser sighted.
He's turning. Right. Match that, rounds out. Shells down. 2 overpens. Well, it's good to know that if you go even slightly high on an Omaha, then 8-inch shells still do exactly what they're meant to, and plough in one side and out the other, doing absolutely nothing. Right. Yeah. The Japanese Navy had that issue with a lot of their boats in the early 30s, the Tomazuro torpedo boats being the most notorious example. He's getting very close. Can I get a shot to him as we clear this island? I think we might do that. We'll also pop a smoke screen. There we go, that's more like it. Stand on the brakes, turn a bit to drop some momentum. And salvo number 3, just lob it over. Yeah, this is definitely more what we expected from 8-inch guns at Tier 5, isn't it? Come on. Boom. Oh, wow. That was actually quite a high angle, all things considered. That's about, what, 30 degrees off? He's going to be looking for a torpedo shot before the inevitable. I think I may have not given it enough lead. Oh, wow. Okay, forget what I said about the guns. Apparently somebody decided they were going to have a bit too much fun with the rum. And he's detected me, but who cares? That's the kill. No first blood, sadly. We'll drop some torps towards the Texas, but I think he's going to turn away before we get anything on those. Yep, he did. However, there's that Atlanta over there, so let's turn round and go for that. You mean the problem with 8-inch guns at Tier 5, Eb? Yeah, but I was trying to get through the main belt Legolas, so I was a little bit worried to with the concern that I might actually overcook the shot. And you know, that Texas is still in port track range, so we'll dump the other port side launcher. Let's go find that Atlanta, who is currently backing up and sailing right unsuspectingly into the path of some 8-inch gunfire. Yep. Maybe I was just having a bad evening on Thursday or Friday. I think it was Friday I was trying the ship, wasn't it? Because these guns are suddenly performing a hell of a lot better. Never mind, that should be another blap. What? No. Except for those occasions when they decide to interrupt your fun. We'll aim a little high and just put more shells down. This is why Texas has a reputation as being the Seal Clubber's machine of choice at Tier 5, and Exeter might just be the machine to take that away from. Useful cheats. Yeah. Okay, right. And it may just be that, personally, I'm having a much better evening than I was on Friday as well. Okay, what do we got? Königsberg, Texas, Nagatoso, Emil Batar. We're running out of cruisers on this side, which is a bit worrying. But we'll go find something else to bully, never you fear. Once I'm done changing the batteries in my headset. There we go. Sorted. Yes, I use a wireless headset. I've wrecked too many wired ones. They borrowed a Revenge class and broke it. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm sorry to say that is about the thing the Russian Navy is most famous for in World War II in Britain. The fact that we let them have the... Which one was it? Renown? Revenge? And when we got her back, the gun mounts had seized and couldn't be traversed. It might have been. I would honestly have to go and look it up. Right. Guns on the Emil. Let's lob a broadside his way, see how this goes. He's a bit faster. He's a Frenchie. Of course he's faster than you're expecting, Yusril, you idiot. Always give the Frenchies more lead than you think is going to be required. And the Königsberg's out of range. Doesn't stop him throwing some high X at me, but hey, worst of it bounced. Okay, Emil's still relatively angled. Can we kick up on that Fiji, I wonder? No, sure. Royal Sovereign. Okay. Still have to wonder if we're ever going to actually get an R class in this game. They'd be interesting around about, I don't know, Tier 5 or Tier 6. Right, Warspites closing in. Alright. Let's see. Torpedoes running on the Grand Old Lady. We'll dump 1, 2, 3 down the line of approach. And the Texas bags the Nagato. Oh, okay, right, back to armor piercing. We'll look at the Emil. We've also got the Königsberg to look at, so let's slow down to firing speed, i.e. dead crawl. And then we'll pop our smoke launcher, line up on the Königsberg, fire the guns. I think he's heading slightly away, so allowing for that, those 8-inch shells should come down roughly where we want them to, and proceed to overpen its deck. Fine, give it a bit more lead. Again, aim slightly high. That looks more like it. One overpen, perhaps it wasn't, and he is almost out of range. Final salvo there. Load the high explosive. The Warspite sadly turned away, so dodged the torpedoes, but I can just back up and start trying to burn the Grand Old Lady. Light the tea! Let's see how good the high X is on this thing. Not a bad start. 3006 and a... Oh, he's damconned. He damconned a single fire when he didn't know what was shooting at him. That's, unless you have no health to trade and no repair party coming, is not a wise move. Yes, that's my flak opening up. No, it's not very good, but hey, it worked. Okay, reset again. Second fire burning. I think he has just learned his lesson in that regard. Possibly a little late, but there you go. And that's a bow fire, so if I can tap his superstructure a few times, we might get a third burn going. And then it'll be tea and crumpets for afters. Also, I need to start moving. Oh, yeah, meal is close and my smoke is expiring. Time to turn and run. There's also a Fiji. Okay, try not to smack the mountain, Yusuf.
Open fire!
Right, scrape off the island, turn port. The Fiji is going to be looking for blood at this point, but he's lost his target bearing just for a second. Target Fiji broadside, go for it. Come on, Royal Navy ships are made out of citadels. Especially when they sail like that. Okay, I think we taught him how to duck, or at least the need for it. Let's keep going. Rounds out, that looks pretty decent. Yeah, that looks pretty decent. We'll just pop a heal. And thanks to the smoke, now I can't see him. Fine, duck away. Clear of retribution. Parting salvo towards the Fiji. Yoink. And port, I think. Taking a bit of a risk here with the Emil still being in guns range, but the Konig's meat shielding and the Fiji, it looks though he's intent on pushing out. Is this guy on a suicide run? Good question. I think he's trying to get aggressive, or maybe just didn't know what he was running into with the Exeter. I mean, it's entirely possible. But right now, we need to get a bearing, and there's a Dirty Great Mountain in the way. The planes will flush him out. Probably. But the Warspite's watching the approach. He is not really in the mood to maneuver. Doesn't have to, of course. He's nicely covered. And I'm not helping my case. Then again, turn broadside. He's backing up round the end. That's going to force him out in front of me if he continues that course for the moment. We're both in stealth. Well, he's in stealth, I'm not. He's popping his smoke. Oh, we knocked down the plane. Huzzah! Okay, it was one of the fighters, but it's still a plane kill. Now, where's that Fiji? Answer. Still behind that island. Right, there's the Königsberg, there's the Warspite, there's the Emir Bata. The Warspite and the König are probably looking at each other. This is... Red Pole? Not exactly, although it could get that reputation. There goes the Fiji. Right, we'll crack the Königsberg a few times. This is Exeter. She was actually one of the few British heavy cruisers. The Royal Navy never really went for them. They preferred having either 6-inch cruisers for general work in policing the colonies and the trade routes, and anything a 6-inch gun couldn't deal with, the typical response was to bring in the battleships. Like HMS Warspite over there. So this could be an extremely foolish thing to do, but you know what? I'm going to try it. Also, stern arc on this thing is amazing, so we're going to roll out. We'll dump torpedoes as the vectors match. Prep high explosive. The ranger's looking, but I don't have a defensive fire to work with. And then as the vector continues to roll through, we're going to stay ahead of the Warspite, try to angle, and she's going to dodge the majority of this, drink away from the rockets. That's fine. Warspite still... Ow, that is not fine. Okay, right. Pop smoke. Torpedoes... stern 2 are going to miss, but that central one might score a hit. Boom, there we go, and it's flooded. Right, so that will force a damcom. I'm going to tiptoe fore and aft. Prep AP again. I really need the spotting from the KGV at this point. Okay, rocket plane's going down, but I'm going to skid out of my smoke in a second. Okay, there's the Warspite, who has damcommed. Pop my last hydro. Turn to get my sights on. There's the Emil Batar, who is running like hell from the angry battleship. Can't say I blame him for that. And the Akatsuki is capping. Run! Oh yeah, and it turns out, of course, that this is an 8-inch armed cruiser, so I can overmatch a Frenchie. Huzzah. Not my problem, however, because right now we have got a very angry Japanese destroyer in the cap circle. Go! Okay, modern ships lack soul. That's what convergent evolution does, unfortunately. Right, let's get the torpedo launchers reloaded. Air attack coming in again. Okay, just keep drinking. Wow, that Königsberg really had taken a beating. Fine. Kick out. Get the guns on him. I can work this into my evasives. Nobody will be any the wiser. Hopefully that will be enough to finish him. 2 hits. Come on, just need one more. Boom. Königsberg goes splat. I come rather close to going splat. Doesn't really matter, however. Get rid of that Warspite. Pin down the Akatsuki, beat it to a pulp. Okay, he's fired 1 launcher. He's fired 2. There we go. Where's number 3? Because he's going to be feeding spotting data right the way to that Warspite, all the way on the approach, all the way until we find him, and all the way until we blow her out of the water. Hello, Miss Elegant. What have you got for us? There we go. Cap reset. At least partial. Just keep drinking. Just keep drinking. Remember, Akatsuki's problem is that she's not particularly stealthy. Penguin, thank you for the subscription, rather. So at 6 kilometers, I have got her locked and honest. She's not breaking away. On the other hand, she's not trying to break away. She's going for the kill. Right. Okay, torpedoes to widespread. And we'll just shotgun that launch. Okay. Measure it. Turn in, turn in, turn in. Another 3,000 damage there. Just need a couple more salvos. Torps are running as well, which might do the job if I do die first. There we go. There's the kill. Jink past the torpedoes. Rearrange the wreckage and scrape out of here with, oh god, right, load armor piercing. Right, angle against the Emil. Can I pull a not quite Kraken out of this? High explosive coming down. He's got my tail, but doesn't matter. There we go. Match 1. Match 2. Match 3. I overmatch you, sir. I can just put rounds straight through your bow and miss completely with the follow-up shots. No, 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 damn it! If those last shells hadn't gone high... I don't mind, he's dead anyway. We're going to win. If those last shells hadn't gone high, that would have been a not quite Kraken. But it's still 100,000 damage. I can live with that. It was just that one really nasty salvo. I think it was the Warspite that actually got me. We'll have a look at the damage feed afterwards, because I suspect this game... Well, it's got 2 minutes on the clock maximum. So, it was Warspite that did most of the work, Penguin. And a slightly over-enthusiastic gunner that caused him to have the opportunity to take the shot. Health on Warspite is 12,000. Problem is that while both new Mexis are in good nick, the Ranger is somewhere, and he can just keep resetting the cap ad infinitum with rocket planes and torpedoes. Remember, this isn't the old World of Warships, where you could deplane somebody in a pair of New Mexicos was actually a stiff proposition for a carrier like a Ranger. On the other hand, he's flown straight through the flak of both ships and not lost a thing, so that does give you some perspective, but he's going to be able to just keep jamming the cap. And, well, we are slowly pulling it back, because they're not scoring and we are. The problem is the Warspite will be closing on our cap, or possibly the Warspite is closing on our other New Mechs. And if she catches them hard broadside, then if they sink one of the New Mexes, we're not going to pull this back. 455. Okay, 455. How fast are we pulling back points? We need to pull back 19 points. We're gaining 2 every 6 seconds. So 19 points, that would be 9 ticks, 54 seconds. I think they are going to edge this. I think that Akatsuki got into the cap circle just long enough. No. Yes. No. Maybe. 467, 475, 18 seconds, that's 8 ticks. 2 points. Yes, we are just going to sneak this out from underneath them. Maybe. 471, we're going to tick again. 473, tick again. 475. Come on, tick!
What the hell happened
Tick!
there?
Three seconds. 3 seconds. And it would have been a draw. That Akatsuki. Well played, sir. Well played. Won the game. He probably doesn't know it. Still, 14. I just realised something. Highest scoring on both teams, and they get the win bonus. Oh, Lord. Yes, but a draw would have salvaged some pride net. Right, let's have a look at the incoming damage on this, because I'm pretty sure the majority of it was a monster salvo from the Warspite. Yeah, there you go. 14,000 off the Warspite's main battery AP. It wasn't even Citadels. That's what crippled me for the second part of the game. So, yeah, I may need to rethink my opinion on that boat, quite considerably, in fact. Damn it! Extra OP confirmed, Wargaming Nerf Hammer incoming. Yeah, the guns still feel a little floaty compared to Furutaka, but then Exeter gets a lot more toys than Furutaka, so perhaps that's a reasonable thing.